Okay, so we're gonna start with flag and how we're gonna hold our flags for like positions and stuff. The first one is the most we use is where we have our right hand here at the tape, and then we have our left hand here where it's squared off to our shoulder, and then if we have to, we can put like a pan of peas on your arm, and then they won't roll around, so it's got to be flat. And here we're gonna have it off to the side a little bit so that you can like see where you're like in front of you. Most of the time we'll have it undone, but some of the time we're gonna have it here so that it doesn't blow around and get in your way and stuff. So we're gonna be here in first position with our feet, and you're just probably gonna stand here for a while. Another position is still right hand here at the tape, first position with our feet, and then here we're gonna have it here at the butt or here at the tape. It depends on which they tell you, but usually it's gonna be here at the butt at your belly button area. And you're just gonna stand here. Your right arm shouldn't be completely straight, it should have a little bit of bend to it, and that's the second position. This one here is parade rest. So we're gonna do this if we're watching like another show and we have our flags with us. We're gonna have our feet in second position, our flag here out to the side, arm straight, and this other arm will be back here, and a blade or a fist. And then another one we do, which is all we do a lot, is here. It'll be in a cradle. You're gonna try like making your silk not like blow everywhere, and you're gonna like hold it here. And mostly we do this when we're like marching around, not doing anything. So our feet will be like walking or first position. And this other arm will be down here at your side.
And just so you know, you are able to put your flag into both arms in the same position.
Like this.
Yes. And then we'll do, I guess we can do a national anthem one if we have our flags.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that'll be one we do. And other than that, I think that should be it. All right.
Okay. Another one we do is for the national anthem, if we have our flags, we're gonna start out here. Like, we're gonna start here though. Someone's gonna count off, and then you go up, and then everyone's gonna go down here. And you're gonna have your same like shape here as the first position, and then you're gonna put your other arm here for the national anthem, because that's what you do.
And usually the person who will count you off will be captain or a senior. It depends on who is there at the game or wherever we are at.
They will also probably like tell you when to like
Come
put
up.
your arm back down here to bring it back up, and then down.
Yes.
At the end of the song.
Alright, so now we are going to move on to our 27 points. So with this one, you're going to have your flag all the way rolled up for your silk. So it should not be loose at any ends. You will have your right hand holding the end of your silk at the tab, so right in the middle of your pole. And then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put it all the way down at the nose. And your left hand should be right at your belly button. So you'll be in the same position as you were in right shoulder with your flag upside down. And this position we like to call point 0/25 because both are the exact same point in the sequence. So, alright, so you're going to be in standby, which is point 0/25 because they are both in the exact same position through the sequence. So we're going to start off with point 1. Point 1, you are going to be directed towards your left without shifting your entire body weight, and you're just going to extend your top hand forward. You should not move your left hand at all from your belly button, and you should be directed in a sort of, you should be able to when you have your arm extended, you should not be able to move your legs as Joanna is presenting to you. Only your top half should be moving. So this is point 1. So go from point 0 to point 1. 0, 1. All right, now we are going to move on to 2. With 2, you're going to shift your pole horizontally, and you're going to have the silk right up in the middle of your eyes. Your silk should be in the middle of where your eyes are looking at. This will be in the same direction as point 1. So now we'll go from point 1 to point 2. So 1, then to 2. And you should not be able to move your lower half as well. All right, now to point 3. Point 3, it is going to be in the same direction. You're just going to be in a more seatbelt position with your end of your flag pointed towards the ground. Again, with only keeping your upper body position to the left and not changing your left half. So now we're going to go through points 0 through 3. So 0, 1, 2, and 3. And this is going to be the same sequence we do through all different positions. This is just the way we have it started out. So now we're going to go from 3 to 4. 4 is going to be like 0, except you're going to have your arm extended in front of you. So this will be right directed towards the front of the block. All right, now we'll go from position 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And make sure you're only moving your top half with this. If you're adjusting your lower half, you are not doing this correctly. Do not over-rotate yourself. So now we're at point 4. We are going to move on to point 5. With this one, you're going to shift your body horizontally as well as your flag. So you're going to be looking towards the left wall or side of the field, wherever we are on, whatever we are doing or where we're at, we are going to look to the left of that. So same thing, just only shifting your upper half, keeping your lower half nice and still. All right, and from this you're going to go on to point 6. Point 6 is the same thing, where you're faced towards your left and you're just going to have your flag down pointed towards the ground. So now we're going to go through point 0 through 6. All right, starting off with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now we're going to move on to point 7. Point 7, you are going to be facing towards your right with your upper hand extended. Same thing with your left hand, it's going to be staying at your belly button the entire time. All right, now moving on to point 8. Point 8, you're going to be still facing your left, you're just not going to be overly rotated. Make sure that the silk is nice and right in between your eyes. If it is not, then make sure you adjust to that. And same thing, keep your upper body the only thing that is moving. Keep your lower half completely nice and still. All right, now you're going to move on to point 9. Point 9 is going to be in the same direction, just in the seatbelt position towards the ground. So you're still going to be facing towards your left. So now we're going to go through points 0 through 9. All right, starting off with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we are going to move on to point 10. Point 10, you are going to be facing completely forward with your left hand at your belly button and your right hand at a right angle, showing that nice sturdy angle right there. And you're gonna be up pointed towards the sky. You should not be moving your upper body or any part of your body except for your arms during these next 3 points. So this is point 10. Now moving on to point 11. Same thing, you're gonna have that silk right in the middle of your eyes, keeping everything nice and flat and horizontal. Make sure that nothing is being adjusted or moving except for your arms. Now on to point 12. Same thing, you're gonna be in that seatbelt position except with your flag pointed towards the ground. Of course, nothing changing except for your arms. Now let's go through points 0 through 12. Starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now from this is where things are going to become slightly more difficult. We're going to be pointing behind ourselves, but without turning our entire bodies around. So now, coming from point 12, we're going to go to point 13. Point 13, you're going to be facing to the left while having your top end of your flag pointed out towards the sky on the right, with having your left arm more outwards instead of at your belly button. But you don't want to make sure that your arm is completely straight, because if your arm is completely straight, it'll be awkward moving into the next position. Also making sure that you keep your right hand still nice and sturdy as well, with that nice strong angle. So this is point 13. Point 14, you're going to shift
Here?
just up.
This position.
All right, and with point 14, it's going to be the same thing, except instead of pointing towards your left, you are going to be pointing towards your right. So your top upper body should be pointed towards the right side of your box, as we like to call it, and making sure that your silk is right in between your eyes at eye level. And then going into point 15, this is going to be the same thing as every other one in a seatbelt position, but making sure that we stay face towards our right directional without overextending your body. Now going through point 0 through 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now from point 15, we are going to go on to point 16. Point 16, you're going to be all the way directly behind you with your flag facing down in your middle. Your left hand should be pretty out there, but don't overextend it. You still want to keep that nice bend. Same thing with your right hand. So this is point 16. We're going to move on to 17. You're going to face your right with your flag completely horizontal in the middle of your eyes, as I've said before, making sure that everything is nice and straight. Also making sure that you aren't adjusting anything except for your upper body and your arms. Now going on to point 19, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to be looking at your right in your seatbelt position, making sure that everything is nice and pointed in that direction and not overcorrecting yourself. Now we're going to go through point 0 through 19. Now you're starting at point 0, going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, now from point 18, we're going to go to point 19. This is going to be where you are going to have your flag pointed towards the left while you are facing your right directional. Your arms should still be at a soft angle without having everything overextended, as Joanna is standing right here. This is point 19. Point 20, you're going to take your left hand and you are going to untuck it. You're going to take it, remove it from the nose of the pole, and you're going to meet your other hand at the tab. And you're going to make sure you're still eye level with everything, making sure everything is nice and straight. All right, this is point 20. Now to point 21. This is where you're going to basically take your pole and you're going to put it in a cradle underneath your arm, making sure you're still facing your left way directional. Make sure that your hands are still meeting together at that tab and not adjusting them in any sort of way, and making sure that your flag is staying nice and tucked underneath your arm. Now going through points 0 through 21. All right, starting off at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. All right, moving on to point 22. you're going to be completely facing your left with your top arm fully extended, like how you were in point 1 with your left hand right at your belly button. This should be no different compared to points 1, 4, and 7. So this is point 22. Now 23, you're going to meet your hands right in the middle, right at your eye level, keeping your body facing forward, keeping everything nice and straight at your eye level, making sure that your eyes are meeting your hands. This is point 23. All right, and for this point, you are going to be having your arm cradled again, like how it was in point 21, making sure that your hands are still together while it is directed at the left side of your field. All right, now going through point 0, through all of the points we have done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now moving on to point 25, and guess what? It is point 0 right back at the start. So point 25 and point 0 are the exact same place. Now point 26, however, you're going to flip both of your hands so your flag should be facing straight upward with your left hand on top and your right hand in the bottom, still at the same points as they were at point 0 and 25. And then for point 27, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to flick your pole downwards, and you're going to meet basically at mid second tape, in between your second tape and the butt of your flag. And this is 27 points, so we're just going to run through all of those and we should be good. So starting at point 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And that is 27 points. Good. All right, so now that we've done positions and we've gone through 27 points, we are going to move on to drop spins and then pull hits, pull flips, pull hits, cracker jacks, whatever you want to call them. You'll see what they are here in a bit. For drop spins, we're going to start with our right drop spins. So you're going to take your flag, you're going to meet it at the tab, which is in the middle of the pole. It's going to be sitting kind of at your belly button area. You want to make sure that everything stays sort of centered here, and you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put it at that nice strong angle off to the side slightly. So this is what you'll do in standby. Sometimes we'll be in second position, sometimes we'll be in first. It depends on what the coach or captain requires of you. For right now, I'll just do it in second position just because that's how we've normally done it. So with drop spins, the best thing I can tell you guys about them is that whichever your odd counts are gonna be down, so your thumbs are gonna point down and your silk's gonna point down, and your up counts are gonna be with your thumbs up and your silk up. So when you start, we're gonna count off 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna pull down with your left hand. You're gonna let go. You're gonna allow your flag to come through, go completely up and down so your silk is all the way down at the bottom, and you're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna grab underneath your right hand. All right, this is count 1. And then we're gonna go up to count 2. You're gonna let go of your right hand. You're gonna allow your flag to come upwards, completely up, and you're gonna take your right hand and then go underneath your left hand. Same thing going down. You're gonna shift your wrist. You're gonna allow everything to come down, and you're gonna grab backwards underneath. So no matter what, whichever way we're going, up is always going to be up and down is always going to be down. And it's just going to be this nice continuous motion between all of your drop spins. And normally we'll start off pretty slow with these, but as things go on, we're going to start to kick up the speed and we're going to make things go a little faster. All right. So we're just going to do an 8 count just so that way you guys are used to the feel of it. So we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Go down on 1, both hands with your thumbs pointing down. Up on 2 with both thumbs up. Down 3, up 4. Down 5, up 6. Down 7, up 8. And we're going to, most days we'll do about 16 counts of drop spins. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And after you do that 16th or that 8th drop spin, so you're going to go 15, 16, you're going to go down, half up. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to let your left hand sort of flip the flag up and you're going to catch back at your right shoulder. So it's going to look like 13, 14, 15, 16, down, up. And you're going to catch in that same spot of where you started. So we'll just do a 16 count so that way everyone can get used to doing the whole drop up. And then we'll move on to the transition and then on to left. So we're going to start off 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, down and up. And you should be catching with both hands at the same time. And that's right-handed drop spins. They're very simple, and once we go through them more and more, you'll sort of just do them without having to even think about it. You'll just go through and you'll just do them. They're pretty quick and simple to do. All right, after you've done your drop catch and you're in that right shoulder position, you're going to take your hands and you're going to switch them. So your left hand is going to come down towards the tab and your right hand is going to come up towards where your left hand was. So you're going to be the same thing but at left shoulder. And the same thing's going to happen. You're going to go down, but your right hand is going to go underneath your left hand. And when you go up, your left hand's going to go underneath your right. So it's just under, 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 under. And that's all it is. And then you'll do the same thing for the drop catch. You'll catch in your left shoulder. So we'll go 16 right, transition, and then 16 left, and then transition. So get set. 5, 6, 7, 8, down, 1, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, down, up, 2, 3, switch your hands, 4, 5, 6, 7, go, 1, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, down, up. All right, and that's really all for drop spins. Same thing as rifles, make sure that you aren't super out and super close. You're gonna keep that same pinky thumb distance so that way you don't hit yourself. So yeah, that's it for drop spins. Now that you've gotten used to doing the transition with the flip, we're going to move on to pull hits. I like to call them pull hits.
Cracker jackers.
You can call them whatever you want, just they're this motion.
Poppers.
Yes, call them poppers, call them cracker jackers, pull hits, whatever you want. You can make your own name for them, do whatever you want, but make sure you're doing this motion. So, you're going to take, with your silk down, you're going to take your silk and you're going to put it to the right of you. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to put it at the tab, and you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put it at the second cheater's tape. If you're a little shorter or a little taller, depending on what your height is, you are able to pull in your hand a little closer towards your face or a little up higher away from you, depending on how comfortable you are with what your hand positioning is. With these, what's going to happen is you're going to pull your hands at the same time and let go of them, and the flag is going to spin, and you're going to catch it in the same spot as where you were just at. So you're going to be here, you're going to pull, and you're going to catch. So it's just a nice little pull, grab. And with these, if you a good thing to do when you're doing pull hits, when you're coming down, let your thumbs be the last thing that leave the pole to give you the extra oomph that you need when you're spinning through. Because if you honestly could, you could use just your thumbs. You could just go through and just use your thumbs. But you want to make sure that when you're pulling, you're not flailing your hands everywhere. You're just going to your side and right in front of you. So you shouldn't be off all the way over here. Just nice to the side of your leg. So these, we'd like to do them every other count. So we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, hole 1, hole 2, and then go 3, hole 4. So on the odd counts, we'll usually do the pull flip, and then on the even counts, we'll hold it, just so that way you're able to readjust your hands and fix anything that you need to before we move on to the next one. So with these, we're just gonna do a simple 8 count of these, just so that way you guys get familiar to the feel of them. You don't need to have yourself to the right of you. I personally prefer it on the left side of me, just so that way when I do that first pull hit, it's not gonna get caught up in itself. So if you want to, go ahead and put it on the left side of you. If not, go ahead and just keep it on the right. It's up to you. So we're gonna start off 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4, 5, hold 6, 7, hold 8. All right. You want to make sure you grab. You want to make sure that you start and you grab in the same spot where you were just at, because you don't want to start off here, and then when you go to do it, you start here, and then your hands start moving all over the place. If you keep your hands in the same spot, it's gonna keep everything nice and sturdy. Notice how I'm not changing anything. I'm staying in the same spot. But if I were to start off here and then catch really small and then catch really wide, it's just not gonna look strong enough. You have to make sure you stop and stay in the same spot. So that's for right-handed pull hits. Now we're going to move on to left-handed ones. These are a little bit harder, but just like the left drop spins, they are easy to understand. So you're gonna put the silk on the right side of you, just a preference of mine. Put it on whatever side you feel like it. You're gonna take your left hand, put it at the tab, right hand where you feel the most comfortable at. It's somewhere 2 to 3 inches or on exactly the cheater's tape. So for me, it's a little bit underneath. That's where I'm strongest at. So for this, you're gonna do the exact same thing on the right, but you're just gonna pull with the left. These ones, if you need to use a little bit more power to make sure you get it all the way around, go ahead. Just make sure you don't pull them super hard, so that way when you do, you're catching the silk and not the actual pole. So just make sure you have enough power that it'll do the whole rotation. That one's better. Just make sure you have enough control and power. That way you'll be able to get the one solid rotation and you'll be able to catch and move on to the next one. So we're gonna go ahead and do an 8 count of these, and then that'll be it for pull hits, or whatever you'd like to call them. So 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4, 5, hold 6, 7, hold 8. All right, that's it for pull hits. Alright, and then we'll move on to fly. You just had to bring in the camera, didn't you? Alright. People are gonna see how two of the most upperclassmen who are the only two going out for captain are literally like
On the way out. Is one this way?
one should be. Yeah.
My knee hurts. Just like. Eh. Okay.